I hate it when I feel like I'm not good enough and I start to doubt my thoughts and decisions. Today, we discuss why we actually take comfort in self-doubt and how to struggle against its warm embrace. Self-doubt. Man, I like to think I'm a pretty confident person. Like, I know things. I know things. Yet, sometimes, occasionally, I find myself feeling and thinking like, man, I don't know what to do here. I don't know things. You know things. I'm gonna trust you. And it really sucks when we find ourselves placing trust in someone else when all along we really just needed to trust and believe in ourselves. Self-doubt keeps us safe. It keeps us doing what we usually do instead of putting ourselves at risk and trying something else. Like the reason why we always take the same path to work, or why we always tend to use our dominant hand to cut bread or slice up meat, right? I'm pretty doubtful about my left hand's ability to do that, so I usually use my right. Such a wonderful survival skill, just keeping us down in our posh, modern day-to-day life. Don't get me wrong, it's totally useful to do the same things over and over again. To be honest, it's kind of cool that I can drive to work without thinking too hard. On the other hand, self-doubt's ability to keep us doing the same thing also gets a bit dangerous when we, are trying to grow. What can we do about this terrible cycle we humans get into sometimes? On the proactive end, we can make plans and we can practice working on those plans when we aren't stressed. For example, do you guys remember math class? Back when we, learned PEMDAS, or however other people remember that. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I remember. Oh my gosh. That's a plan, right? When you see numbers and you panic because there's numbers. Oh. You see numbers, you see parentheses, and I have to do whatever's in the parentheses first. And then, there's probably not exponents. Who uses exponents nowadays, really, in your day-to-day life? Nobody. Then you would multiply and then divide, and you'd add and subtract last, unless it was in the parentheses. But that's a plan, and we practice that plan. We're taught that plan. Somehow I remember that plan, but that's one way. You can see how plans help us work out self-doubt. Since many of us probably don't use math day to day and don't run into PEMDAS, what's another way that we can run through, or we might feel that tinge of self-doubt, that little voice saying like, hey man, you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you got a promotion at work and they thought like, hey man, you can totally schedule people's lives now. And so you're looking at the schedule and you start to doubt, is this what shift everyone is supposed to work on? What do I do? So you got to sit there and you got to make that plan. You got to figure out, what does everyone need to work when they come by and they're like, hey man, I don't work that. Did they lie? They could be lying. I don't know. Hopefully not. Stop blaming other people. Stick to your plan. The main plan to deal with self-doubt proactively is to plan. It's to just sit down, figure out what you need to know, learn what you need to know, and to believe that you know what you know. Follow the plan. On the back end, whenever we find that nasty voice in our head getting louder, saying things like, you're not good enough, you suck, you're not worth it, you're not worth anything. When that voice overcomes our nice voice, that's, just trying to be positive, like, that's okay, honey. You don't deserve this. You got this. You can do this. You're full of crap. You're never gonna make it. When that starts to happen, all we can do is either step out of the cycle because we're amazing. And you can't do that. Well, we gotta let the cycle, it's just gotta go until it ends. Once we're out of the cycle, we can get back to practicing that plan, practicing trusting and believing in ourselves. This stuff takes time, and it's super frustrating. Plus, it can totally creep back in at any time. I'd like to say that hopefully it gets better as we get better at being even more awesome than we are, But, I mean, it still comes back and it still sucks. So, a little bit of hope. Maybe not too much hope, I don't know. You deserve all the wonderful things in life. Even when that voice starts to tell you, that ain't true. I mean, I'm just some rando person on YouTube telling you deserve everything. Everything you ever wanted. You are important and wonderful. Take a deep breath and believe it for a second. You're one step closer. Thanks for watching my video. Please hit like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want more content like this. Plus, I hear you need to click the magical bell if you want a notification to come up whenever I post new content. Until next time, live intentionally, love fiercely, and lead courageously. You know things.